Alright, sorry about that little stop in the review suddenly. Anyway, I'm going to continue. Okay, but anyway, Endgame Part 6, really good. I showed you the ending before I had to stop. The angel shows up and confronts Spawn. But it's weird because she calls him, it's good to see another of God's elite. And they end it after she says that. So you kind of like, what the hell is she talking about? Spawn is not one of God's elites. Are you crazy? Which will now bring us to Endgame Part 7. Can you read that? Yes. Kind of. Sorry, I'm a little shaky. But yeah, look, this is also one of my favorite covers. You got the angel all messed up and Spawn just staring at her. Like, dude, don't fuck with me, I'm Spawn. But yeah. Okay, so it starts off. This is the first page you see. That's pretty intense. The way this issue takes place, it's pretty interestingly written. If you see here up at the top, it says 13 minutes ago. So throughout the issue, it takes place throughout various different timelines between a certain moment. And then it finally goes back to 60 minutes ago, which is where it leads off from the angel and Spawn talking. And she's talking to Spawn like he's an angel. And Spawn's kind of like, woman, what the hell are you talking about? How do you know me? What am I? And then all of a sudden she kind of snaps. Because she's like, wait a second, you're not an angel, what the hell are you? And they kind of tussle a little bit, as you can see right here. She punches him in the face. And he's like, fuck that shit! And starts like attacking her. And finally he is able to stop her and nails her to the wall. And then he's like, alright, I need to go deal with some shit. I'll be back. So why am I talking about the story? This is a review. I don't need to tell you what the exact story is, but yeah, pretty much the angel and Spawn have a little thing. Sarah gets in trouble and calls Jim, so he goes, finds out what's going on, and then the clown finds the angel, and they get to talking, and well, you can pretty much get the idea of what happens. The clown messes up the angel like pretty badly. She gets pretty messed up, and you'll find out what happens to her later. So, but yeah. Oh wait, actually, this is how they ended the comic. This is the last page you see. Clown with the angel wings. That is the last page. Isn't that amazing? And again, I think this is the same art team. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, Will's Portasio, but this time the color is by J Photos, something like that. But again, this issue is really good. It's very well written by Todd McFarlane. Starts, picking up the pieces of Jim Downing a little bit. So you kind of start understanding a little bit more of what's going on with him. Which, in turn, brings us to Endgame Part 8. Which has a pretty decent cover. Not one of my favorites, but it's an alright cover. And this one, let's see. Same team as Part 7. Same creative team. And this time, the demon clown was talking to a couple of issues earlier goes to a vampire club trying to get the attention of a certain vampire, and they don't know this guy is a demon, so they attack him. They're like, we don't like snoopers and blah blah blah, so they go off and attack him and find out he's not a human, and his blood messes with the vampires, that it makes them sick. And so he's like, haha, I'm, a fucking demon, you dumbass. And messes them up pretty well. And Jim Downing goes back to the angel, and as you can see, she isn't there. And he's like, And in the next page, he freaks out a little bit because he thought the angel could help him with who he is. But I don't think anyone really could. And he finds her again, and she's missing her wings. Dun dun dun. No wings for the angel. And apparently, according to this, when an angel loses her wings on Earth, they literally go insane. They basically become mortal and become insane. And this issue also reintroduces Creeper. He comes back in this and talks to Spawn a little bit. And then the Violator comes back. Ooh, that's a good picture of the Violator too. At least I think it is. And that's Spawn Endgame Part 8. So now bring us over to Part 9. Part 9. This is a really good issue. I love it. And this is a pretty special issue because it is the return of Greg Capullo. And Greg Capullo is one of the most respected Spawn artists out there. He is when you think Greg Capullo, everyone sits there and is like, Spawn! Woo! Spawn! So this was a pretty key issue for Greg Capullo fans because it was his return to Spawn. Now this is the only issue he drew or did the art for. After that, I think it goes back to the other guy, Wills. But anyway, I really love this issue because Sam and Twitch come back and they actually interact with the clown, as you can tell with the cover. I love this cover. I think it's great. I kind of wish it was in color, but can't always get what you want. So yeah, it starts off with Freak, Spawn, and the Violator all talking, and the clown is pretty much trying to trick Spawn into joining his side, which is a pretty interesting idea. And it's kind of funny because the clown, tells Spawn what he wants and then leaves so he can find Sam and Twitch. And well, this is what he does to Sam and Twitch's car. Yeah, he did that. I'll let you decide what he's doing, but it's pretty obvious. And this issue's pretty funny because he goes and does that to their car, and they arrest him, and he's sitting in the back and is kind of messing with them. As you can see, he's sitting there just kind of transforming, and then they look back and he's regular again. Such a great issue. It's very good. If you don't even want to finish this story, you should at least get this issue just because it is pretty good. But anyway, they finally get Clown in jail, and he meets the vampire he's been looking for, so he can recruit him into what he is calling the new unholy trinity. As you can see right there, he says it. The new unholy trinity. Sorry, it's backwards. I'm using the camera on my laptop and it always brings things in backwards. But anyway, yeah, that's a pretty cool picture. Clown's all about to tear up the vampire so he can join his little army. And that's the ending of Part 9. And now we go into Endgame Part 10. And Part 10, this is, Will's Portacio is back on pencils, and Todd McFarlane's still writing. And this is a good issue. It's kind of talks a little bit about Jim Downing's past. Not a lot, just you get a little bit more clues about him. But this has been out since 2008, 2009, and you still don't know anything about about Jim Downing. So, but yeah, Jim Downing goes and talks to some guy who he thinks could help about who exactly he is. But, well, things don't go exactly how he wants. He meets the guy, and they're talking, and this is what happens. Jim Downing is somewhere in there with the guy he's talking to. So that's pretty much that story. He meets this guy, and they're talking, and then the house explodes. Yeah. Which brings us to part 11. Which I really like this cover for some reason. I think it's the violent level in it. Pretty violent, as you can tell. As you can see right there. Yeah, and this, Jim Downing wakes up from the explosion, and he's pissed. And Mark, who I talked about a couple issues earlier, starting to put 2 and 2 together about Jim Downing and the miraculous healings. And I haven't talked about that lately because I kind of forgot, but I just remembered because I just saw a picture of him. Yeah, he's pretty much trying to get an interview with Jim Downing. And so yeah, that's pretty much how this one is. Spawn finds someone because they kidnapped one of Sarah's friends thinking she was Sarah. And so Spawn goes and saves her, and he questions the dude. And since he didn't get what he wanted, this is how he pays him back. See? There's Spawn. There's the dude he was talking to. And there's the building he's fallen off of. Yeah, you don't want to mess with this Spawn. He throws him off the ledge in broad daylight, which does have some ramifications in the next issue. But yeah, that was Endgame Part 11. And now, finally, for the grand finale of this review. Dun 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 dun. Spawn Endgame Part 12, the final issue of the story. Too dramatic? I don't care. But anyway, this is a pretty cool cover. It shows Spawn sitting there just messing people up. And this is the same creative team. Oh no, the pencils are taken over by Todd McFarlane and Rob Liefeld. And I love Todd McFarlane's art. He did good. I loved him when he started in Spider-Man, the self-titled series Spider-Man. Oh, he did so good there. And Rob Liefeld, I've heard of him, but I can't remember if I've really seen any of his artwork. So I can't really tell you where he came from. I think he did Savage Dragon though, but I'm not positive. Don't quote me on that. But anyway, in this issue, they do kind of talk about someone, you know, a masked or a shadow person throwing someone off a building. And Spawn is still out trying to get some answers as to who he is and what's going on with him. So, and of course, you know, no one can really tell him what's going on. Sucks. Poor Spawn. No fun being him. Or no fun being Jim Downing. It might have been fun being the original Spawn. But, but who knows. But anyway, the Clown and the Spawn start talking again. And sorry, Downing and clowning, haha, yeah, my bad, sorry for the confusion. But anyway, at the end of the issue, the Spawn and Clown are talking, and Clown pretty much tells Jim Downing exactly what the Spawn is. He doesn't know why he's chosen as a Spawn, but Jim Downing at least knows exactly what's happening to him. And this was a pretty cool picture, because, you know, Clown is sitting there telling him he's a Spawn now. You got to embrace it. And there's Jim Downing just looking like awesome. So, let's see. Yes. But, pretty much, the whole series, I love this story, it's good. It's a little slow at times, but it does pick up towards the end. It is 12 issues, but it is an amazing story. I highly guarantee you check this out if you are a Spawn fan. And if you've never really read Spawn before, it's still a pretty good jumping on point. Because it's totally new Spawn, so it's totally new story. It has not really anything to do with the original, with what happened on the previous 184 issues. Yeah, this story takes place through issue 185, as you can see right there, 185, through 196. And, you know, art is great, as I've been showing you pictures throughout the whole thing. If you don't like the art, then you don't know good artistes. Todd McFarlane did an amazing job writing this story. It's an amazing story, definitely one of my favorite Spawn stories, next to Armageddon and the first couple issues of Spawn. So I really highly recommend this. They have graphic novel collections of it for volume 1 and 2, which each one has 6 issues of the story in each one. So, volume 1 has the first 6, volume 2 has the final 6. So you can at least get that in hardcover or soft cover. So, you can go and ask your local comic retailer, maybe even a bookstore, if they can order or if they even have it. So go out and get this if you like Spawn or want to start reading Spawn. This is a good jumping on point. And I will give Spawn Endgame about 4 out of 5 stars. It's really enjoyable. Not the greatest, but it's still an amazing story. So I really highly recommend it. I liked it a lot. But who knows, you might not be into the same thing I am. Not everyone is. Some people don't like the Endgame story. Some people don't like Spawn still. But that's just them. I am really enjoying this new Spawn. The new stuff is very interesting. I'm really enjoying it. So, anyway, I will leave y'all in peace now. And my next review will be The Authority Under New Management, which should be fun. And after that, I'm going to review something else. I'm going to take a break on comics for a review and review something else. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed my review. Tell me what you think down below in the comment section if you liked it or if you hated it. If you're going to hate on me, go ahead. I don't care. Anyway, I will see you all later for the next review. Peace out. Keep reading comics. Alright.